Hello everyone, this is Dr. Kazi, and in this video we are going to learn about the development of the pituitary gland. As we already know, pituitary gland has two parts, the anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. Anterior is also known as the adenohypophysis and the posterior is known as the neurohypophysis. It developed from two major structures, the root case pouch and the infundibulum. Now remember, the both root case pouch and the infundibulum are the ectodermal diverticulum. Now what I mean by the ectodermal diverticulum, have a look at this diagram. We have infundibulum which will grow inferiorly from the diencephalon, and we have the root case pouch which is growing superiorly from the diverticulum of the stomodium. Now during the second month of development, the infundibulum and the root case pouch will fuse with each other to form the pituitary structures. Now, let's have a look at this diagram. We have focused on this portion of the diagram. The root case pouch is growing from the stomodium. Now, what is stomodium? Stomodium is the ectodermal depression which will grow into the mouth cavity or the oral cavity. Now, the outgrowth or the root case pouch will grow superiorly and it will form a vesicle because it is separated from the stomodium. Now, this vesicle will flatten itself anteriorly and laterally around this infundibulum to form the pituitary structures. Have a look at this diagram. We know that the parts of anterior pituitary, this is the pars anterior, the pars posterior, the pars intermedium and the pars tuberales. Now let's have a look how these various structures are developed. When the cells of the stomodium flatten itself anteriorly and laterally around the infundibulum, a structure is formed known as the pars anterior. Some of the cells which do not migrate, they are present on the back side and they will form the pars posterior. Some of the cells of the pars posterior will migrate towards the pars anterior and a space or a cleft is left, which is known as the embryonic cleft. Now, the pars tuberalis develop as a result of the cells of the pars anterior migrating up on the pituitary stalk to form the pars tuberalis. Now this development pretty much explains the control of the anterior and the posterior pituitary because the anterior pituitary is controlled by the blood vessel system because it is developing from the root case pouch. But the posterior pituitary, because it is developing directly from the diencephalon and the infundibulum, it is controlled by the nervous signal, especially the magnocellular neurons by using neurophysin. This is all about the development of the pituitary gland. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.